Hey, what is going on, everybody? T.Sports15 here. Today we have another episode of Minnesota Twins franchise here in MLB 13 the show. So let's get right into the action. We do take 3 of 4 here to end off the season against the Detroit Tigers, which clinches our playoff spots to win the AL Central. So Detroit had to play Texas in a one-game playoff. Texas wins, so we are taking on Texas in the ALDS. I always want to say NLDS, but we win game 1, lose game 2, and win game 3. So we're going to be taking on the Texas Rangers in game 4. Yu Darvish against Danny Hultzen should be a pretty good matchup. I'm going to play every elimination game. So here in the bottom of the 5th, Texas Rangers, and they are going to get a base hit into right field to score 2 runs there, so they get a 2-0 lead early in this ball game. Well, it's kind of middle innings, so Kinsler up in the bottom of the 5th as well, and Andrus is going to come around on that Kinsler base hit up the middle. So they take a 3-0 lead all in one inning, and that's not as good of a start as I wanted from Danny Hultzen. But Brett Lowry up in the top of the 7th, and he's going to take Yu Darvish deep for the first 2 runs of his ball game that he's let up. So he's going to get a 2-run shot here to bring us within 1 here in the later innings. So we're starting to make a comeback after a little bit, not too much offense early in this ball game. So Byron Buxton up, still in the top of the 7th with bases loaded with 1 out. He's going to take this ball down the left field line. He's going to pull up into second with 2 bases. So we pick up a couple of runs there. We take the lead in this ball game. So we are up 4-3 here in the later innings. They're going to walk Jackie Bradley here to go up against Jurickson Profar, and he's going to come up first pitch swinging against Jose Valverde, and he's going to take him down the left field line, same spot as Byron Buxton, and that'll score another 2 runs. So we take a 6-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. So we had a 6-run inning there. So now in the top of the 8th now, we're going to get a base hit into left field to score another run to make it 7-3, and we're just pulling away from these Texas Rangers. But they're not done here. Robbie Ross on the mound now. Adrian Beltre is going to hit this ball into the gap, and this is going to score 2 runs after the runner from first and second both come around, and Adrian Beltre is going to pull up into second with a double and a couple RBIs to make it a 7-5 ball game. So they're coming back a little bit, but David Hernandez in the bottom of the 9th, and he's going to give up a gapper to Elvis Andrus, and he's going to the runner from first is going to come around to score, and Andrus is going to pull up into second. So we are now only up 1 run here in the bottom of the 9th, and this guy's going to get a base hit down the left field line, and the runner will score from second. So we have all tied up ball games. So that's a blown save for David Hernandez, and we are headed to extra innings. So Nick Castellanos up, and he's going to go safety squeeze, but the pitcher cannot make the play. So we take a 1-run lead, still bases loaded with 1 out, and ground out to Adrian Beltre should be a routine double play, but he throws away into right field, and we do move around. The merry-go-round starts going, but he does get hosed out at third base. Bad base running there. So now with the runner on second base, up 3, and the next batter is going to take this ball deep right center field. This is a no-doubter, and we take the lead by a ton. We have a 5-run inning, and we are up 12-7 here in the late innings in the top of the 10th, I believe. So we are hopefully headed to the ALCS. So Lindbaum gives up 5 runs in 1 inning, and here in the bottom half of the 10th, we're going to get the final out after a put out by Jurickson Profar to end the ball game, and we are headed to the ALCS for the first time in a very long time for these Minnesota Twins. So you can see all the celebration there, and we are headed to the ALCS. So we're taking on the LA Angels. We lose game 1, we win game 2, and then we are headed to game 3. We win that one, and we win the game. Win game 4. So we're going to play game 5, and if we win this ball game here, we are headed to the World Series. So if we can head to the World Series, that'd be pretty awesome. First pitch of the ball game, Jackie Bradley's. You know how it is. He's going to take this ball deep right field, and that one is gone. So Jackie Bradley, I think it was his 2nd or 3rd home run of the playoffs, but it is the first pitch of the ball game, and it gets us off to a pretty good start. So Jackie Bradley showing off some pop here early in the ball game to give us a 1-0 lead. James McDonald's pitching for them, by the way, and Ruby De La Rosa is pitching for us. I really like pitching with Ruby De La Rosa because he throws like like 101, but he's going to give up a home run here to Josh Hamilton, and that'll tie the ball game up at 1 apiece. So still on the mound here, bottom of the third, and Carl Crawford's going to get a ground out, and Profar tries to throw him out at the plate, but he does score, so that will score a run there, giving them the lead. So still in the bottom of the third, Mike Trout up, and he's going to single into right field, so that'll score another one. So that is a 3-1 lead, sorry. And now with the 3-1 lead, still in the bottom of the third, big inning here, and Mark Trumbo's going deep left field. That one's going to go right over the wall. Almost brought that one back, just a little bit bad timing. So that'll give them the 6-1 lead here in the early innings. So only in the third, and they are up 6-1. That's never good to be down that many that early. So De La Rosa up, and he's going to give up another blast here to Peter Borges, I believe, to give them the 7-1 lead. And after that hit there, I decided to pull Ruby De La Rosa. I didn't show the footage, but he does get pulled after that. He went 3 1/3. So here we go into the bottom of the fourth, and Callaspo up, and he's going to get a base hit up the middle. That'll score another run, bring in another runner across to score. So terrible start by De La Rosa. He's just continuing to let up more and more runs. But Buxton back at the dish with none out, run on second base. He's going to try and bring us back within a couple, and he's going to get a base hit in center field. That'll score a run. Trout can't handle it, and he's going to pull up into second on that error by the center fielder, Mike Trout. So run on second still. That is Buxton, and Castellanos up. He is going to get this ball into the gap in right field, and the runner from second is going to score, but Castellanos is going to get gunned out after the cutoff to second base. So 8-3 now, bottom of the fifth, bases loaded. This is going to be a line out to center field, and the center fielder, Jackie Bradley, has a chance to throw him out at the plate, but Zunino can't handle it. Probably would have been safe anyways, but would have been nice to have a chance there. So Jackie Bradley up, and he's going to get his second home run of this ball game. He's having a career playoff game, probably his best playoff game of his career, because he made his MLB debut for our team in this franchise, and this is the first time that we've made the playoffs. So this is probably his best career playoff game. So Will Myers up top of 9, and he's going to take this ball deep. So another home run. We're racking up the home runs. The third one of this ball game, and it's a little too late for a comeback, but we can always come back by a little bit. So Buxton up with nobody on, and he's going to strike out looking at that fastball, and that'll be the end of this ball game. So we do lose this game 10-5. We made a little bit of a last-ditch effort, and Mark Trumbo does get the player of the game. You can see the stat line coming up here, the box score. And then we are headed to Game 6, where we still have a chance to move on. You can see Bradley had a 3-hit game with those 2 home runs. And then all the other guys right there. De La Rosa went 3 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 7 runs. All of them were earned. No walks, which was good, but 5 strikeouts. For their team, Crawford had a couple hits. Trumbo had a couple hits. Pujols had a couple hits. And McDonald moves to 2-0 in the playoffs. He went 8 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and 3 Ks, I believe. So you can see the Dodgers already made it to the World Series. So if we can win this game here, we will go to the World Series to take them on and challenge them. But if the Angels win this series, they will have a chance to have a matchup of the LAs. So you can see the Twins are leading 3-2 in this series in Game 6. If we win this ball game here, we do head off to the World Series to take on the LA Dodgers. It would be pretty sick for the first time that we made the playoffs that we would make it to the World Series. So Peter Borges up in the first inning, and he is going to single into center field. They almost tested the arm of the center fielder Jackie Bradley for 2, but they don't. So they're going to get a double play right here, and he is just out at first base. So that 1 run comes across there to make it a 2-0 ball game here. So still in the top of the second, that'll be a base hit up the middle. That'll score another run to make it 3-0, sorry, still early in this ball game. So bottom half of the second, and Miguel Sano up, and he's going to hit this ball to right field. This one's going to hit off the wall. Actually, he's going to go over the wall, my bad, and that will be a home run for Miguel Sano, and that'll bring 2 runs across to make this a 3-2 ball game. So we're already coming back. It's nice to see whenever you give up a couple runs in the top half of the inning, you come back in the bottom half. But Josh Hamilton's going to go deep right here to right field. That ball is definitely gone. His second home run that he has hit off of me in this series. So there we go. Josh Hamilton makes it a 4-2 ball game. And still on the mound here, top of the fourth, runners on the corners with 2 out. Trout is going to hit this ball into right field, past the diving Brett Lowry, and that'll score another run for them to make it 5-1, I believe. So we have to make a little bit of a comeback. It's now 5-2 after we score another run there. This is going to be a base hit into right field. Castellanos tries to throw him out at the plate, but the throw is quite a bit late, so another run comes across to make it 6-2. So still in the top of the fourth, these guys are packing on the runs. Another base hit up the middle. That'll score another run, and the runner from first does hold up at second. So we have runners on first and second, but that'll be it for that inning. And next inning, Castellanos up, bottom of the fifth, runner on third base. He's going to hit this ball into deep left center field, and Trout jumps, and he can't make the play, so that'll be a couple runs there for the Minnesota Twins. So we bring the game to 7-4. Now bottom of the sixth, Miguel Sano up once again, and he's going to hit his second home run of this ball game, deep left field. This one is definitely a no-doubter, definitely gone. You can kiss that one goodbye. Miguel Sano's second home run of the game makes this a very close game here, getting into the later innings, and we are getting even closer and closer for a chance to win a chance to make it to the ALCS. So this is going to be a pop-out to third base, but Brett Lawrie can't make the play. That was a user mistake, not Brett Laurie's fault. That was my bad. I didn't get under the ball well enough. So run does come across, and that'll make it an 8-5 game. So bases loaded, and I think that's Profar up. He's going to safety squeeze bunt there to get one run across the plate. So now we have runners on second and third, which is good, with 1 out, and Castellanos or Zunino coming up. He's going to double into the gap. 2 runs will come across easily, and Zunino is going to have to get on his horse to get into second base after he's already been hosed out once at second base in this series, but he does make it to second base easily there. So now I think this Castellanos up, batters on the corners, tie ball game, 8-8, and he is going to bunt this ball to the first base side, and that one's going to he's going to get out at first, but the run does come across, and we take the lead there. So we're still in the bottom of the 8th, and Jackie Bradley Jr. up. He's going to hit this ball into left field, and the run will come across, and he's going to get into second base there easily. So we have a run on second base there, and David Hernandez comes in for the top of the 9th, I believe, and with a chance to send us to the World Series. So he's going to strike him out there on the slider. That'll be your ball game. We are headed to the World Series. You can see all the celebrations. You can see the box scores, all that good stuff. I'll actually go through it with you guys. So we are headed to the World Series. That'll be in the next episode. I didn't want to show it in this episode, but we're taking on the LA Dodgers. It should be a pretty good series. We win this series in 6 games, and yeah, it was a pretty good series. So I believe David Hernandez gets the save. Loss goes to one of their bullpen guys, and the win goes to one of our bullpen guys. And you can see we won the pennant. We won the ALCS over the LA Angels. So it was a pretty good series. I know this was a bad commentary. I'm kind of sick. And Miguel Sano gets the player of the game. So that should be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. You can see the rest of these Sano highlights here. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.